Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to another Kindle Unlimited check-in where I will also be doing a tier ranking of the books that I have previously had on KU, checked out. So we're just gonna go ahead and get on into it. The books that I still have from the last check-in are The Star by Rosie Alice, Catching the Coach by Demi Axtell, Charming Your Dad by Sarah Blue, and The Last Kiss We Shared by Anna Bloom. Everything else is different. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get on into it. The first book that I have checked out is Where We Belong by Ashley Muñoz. I have Older by Jennifer Hartmanm checked out. The Love You Fight For by Brit Benson. Vows and Ruins by Helen Scheurer. That one will be off the Kindle on my next check-in because I am 80% of the way through it, but I have not finished it, so I don't want to take it off yet. Then I have The Fallout by Jenni Bar, Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope, The Road of Bones by Demi Winters, Hallowed Games by Crawford, The Problem with Players by Brittainy Cherry, The Seventh Month Itch by Tanvier Peart, Fast by Millie Belzaire, Here for the Cake by, I can't remember, Jenni Bar something, I'll have it right here, and The Veiled Kingdom by Renee. So yeah, those are my 20 checkouts that I have. Currently, my mom doesn't have any checked out. She came to visit me in April and took a ton of books back with her. And so she hasn't been reading on her Kindle as much as she's been reading physically. And then she's also coming again in like 2 weeks. So she will pick up more books then. So she currently has none checked out. So I might save Vows and Ruins for when I return that one, I'll get a book for her. But for now, none of her mom. But we're gonna go ahead and do my tier ranking. I do have my current checkouts also on my tier ranking. So just because I couldn't get them, I couldn't figure out how to upload without uploading those. Sorry, my computer is not working. Okay, my categories, I have added a new category. Or actually I've added a couple, but so I have absolute favorite, which is the same as last time. Had a good time, which is the same as last time. I added a category in between had a good time and meh, because I felt like I needed something else. So would recommend, meh, returned unread, still want to read, return unread, no desire to read. My computer is being very slow, which is not great for this. For mom, and then current checkouts. So we're just gonna go ahead and get on into it. Fragile Sanctuary is going all the way up to, it's not going into there. It's going to absolute favorite. I absolutely loved Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. It is the new book in her, it is the first book in her new series. I read an arc of it, but I did also put it in, I did download it on release day just because I love to do that with arcs, just to give them, a little bit of a boost. A Day Until Forever was for mom. It is the novella in the Falling Forever Your Rogue, that. Wild River by Laura Pavlov. Okay, so it's not going in meh. It's going in would recommend. It was good, but it wasn't my favorite of the series, but it was better than meh. The Sweet Spot by Rebecca Jenshak. I just had a good time with it. I read it for my birthday. On my birthday, I just read it, listened to the audiobook, and I had a good time with it. It's not a new favorite, but I enjoyed it. Breakaway by Anastasia White. I am going to put that in would recommend. I had a really good time with that. I really enjoyed it. It's a fun hockey romance. Heat of the Everflame is going into absolute favorite. And you know what? We're going with Glow of the Everflame is also going into absolute favorite. This series is just phenomenal. And then Spark of the Everflame is going into Had a Good Time. Because I did. I had a good time with the first one, which is why I continued, but it wasn't an absolute favorite, but I have a feeling the series is going to end up being an absolute favorite. So Collided by Lauren Asher was for mom. I had read it last year and I really enjoyed it. So then Stay With Me by Brooke Montgomery, I am going to put into would recommend. Would recommend. It's a Not His Baby best friends, sibling romance, but like the not his baby part didn't come into play until like 70%. So it was interesting. But I knew that going into it, which helped me enjoy it a little bit more than other people. So yeah, that's why it's going in would recommend. Worth Every Second by Jocelyn Soto. It's going in meh. Like, it was fine, but I also listened to the audiobook and the audiobook was not great. So probably would not recommend that. Forbidden Game by Madison Fox is another one where I read the arc, but I downloaded it on release day just because I wanted to support. And so that's going into absolute favorite. I loved it. It's so good. My next video will be the vlog where I actually read both Forbidden Game and Fragile Sanctuary, so stay tuned for that. Blitz by Demi Perry is going into had a good time. When I read it, I was probably like, oh, this is like a new favorite, but now like the more I've like sat on it, the less I'm like obsessed like I was. Nero is returned unread, but I still really want to read it. The Anti-Hero by Tijan is going into would recommend, because I did enjoy it, but it wasn't like, I didn't have that great of a time with it, and it's not an absolute favorite. The Mixtape by Brittainy Cherry is going into had a good time. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't like a new favorite. It wasn't 5 stars. Night Shift is returned unread, no desire to read. I don't know. College basketball, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren was, I am going to put it into, why is this being crazy? It is going into had a good time with it, because I did. I had a really good time with it. It was fun. Short holiday novella. Collide by Bal Kabara is going into would recommend, because I did. Actually, it's going to had a good time because I did really enjoy it, and I'm excited to continue the series. I did read the indie version, and I know that like some of it's been changed in the traditionally published version, so I might pick it up when like the audiobook comes out or something. Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling is going into had a good time because I really did enjoy it, but it wasn't like an absolute favorite. I think I gave 4.5 stars, so it was really good, just not like a brand new favorite of hers when I compare it to other books by her. Rope the Moon is going to absolute favorite, especially when I compare it to like Stay With Me by Brit Montgomery. Both not his babies, but Rope the Moon was just a lot better. Curveball by Liza Suzanne, returned unread. Still want to read. I think it's a short baseball romance. Slaying the Shadow Prince by Helen Scheurer. Helen Scheurer is going immediately into absolute favorite. I loved this so much. It was so good. And you know what? We're just going to put Blood and Steel, which is the first book in the Legends of Thesmar series, which is Slaying the Shadow Prince is a spinoff of that. We're going to put that one in would recommend because it was good, but it does not even come close to Slaying the Shadow Prince. And yeah. Almost Him by SM Shade, returned, unread, want to read still. I do still really want to read it. Wild Pitch by Kat Giraldo is going up to had a good time. I really enjoyed it. I had a fantastic time with it. But it's just like there were some things that made it not my absolute favorite, but I am really excited for the next book in the series. Ice Bet by S.J. Silvis is returned, unread. Don't really think I want to read it again. I don't know. Maybe one day, but for now, it's going into no desire to read. Skies Over Caledonia is going immediately into absolute favorite. I have been just absolutely loving this series. The only book I didn't really love was book 2, but the rest of them have all been 4.5, 5 stars. Like just, so good. Take My Hand by McKay Marie, another one that I read an arc of, but I downloaded it on release day because I wanted to support my friend. So absolute favorite. This is a Whisper Me Nothings stan account forever. Heartbreaker Handoff is going into absolute favorite because I think it might be my favorite of the series. Another Not His Baby. I was really in a Not His Baby mood for a while. Hail by Anastasia White. It's going into would recommend because I would recommend it, but when I compare it to Breakaway, which Breakaway isn't. So Breakaway is going up to have a good time. And Hail is going to would recommend because it was better than May, but it wasn't better than Breakaway, so. Which makes sense because it's a book that was published before. Bound by Scars and Secrets is going into returned. No desire to read. I don't even know why I downloaded it, but it did. Our Thing by Nikki Harris is going into returned. Unread, want to read still. Wrecked with a book for mom. 20 Years Later is going into, I should have a different category. It's going into would recommend, because if you're a thriller reader, I would recommend it. But, or if you're wanting to be, I don't know if I would recommend it to thriller readers, but if you are wanting to like get into it, it's a good one, I think, to have. Wild Love by Elsie Silver is going into absolute favorite. I loved it so much. So good. Blood Mercy by Villa Roth is going into would recommend. Because it's not like a new favorite, and the series is just so long. It's incomplete, so I don't know. I can't put it into like a favorite yet. So it's going into would recommend. The Burns We Carry and Go Find Bless are both returned. No desire to read, because I found out that they're both like over 500 pages, and I just don't know that I care enough for that. Burnout by Rebecca Jenshak is going into absolute favorite. I loved it so much. It's a female gymnast and a motocross BMX guy. So good. Redeemed by Lauren Asher, also going into mom. Heart Rescue is going into meh, because I did not finish it. I DNF'd it, but it wasn't, I didn't see it getting more than like 3 stars. I was not invested. I did not care. I got 12% in. Like, I did not get very far at all, but it was making me slump, so I stopped it. Learn Your Lesson by Candy Steiner is going up to absolute favorite. Single Dad Nanny. Sex Lessons. Yes. Yes. And then 2 more. I probably won't even move these into current checkouts, but Worst Wingman Ever by Abby Jimenez is going into Had a Good Time. I mean, I gave it 5 stars. Like, I enjoyed it more than The Exception to the Rule, but it's not like an absolute favorite novella or anything. I had a really good time with it. And The Exception to the Rule was better than I would recommend. Like, it was like right below it. Like, this one was 5, this one was 4.5. So yeah. And then Where We Started is going into How to Get to actually. It's going into would recommend. I think a lot of people really loved it, and I could see the potential. I just didn't, like, there was just a few things that I didn't love about it. But I am excited to continue. Like I said, I have Where We Belong. So yeah, that is my tier ranking. All the rest of these are just the books that are my current checkouts. So The Problem with Players, like I said, Veiled Kingdom, Fast, 7th Month Itch, Behind the Camera, The Star, Charming Your Dad, The Last Kiss We Shared, The Love You Fight For, In Your Wildest Dreams, Where We Belong, Holding the Reins, Here for the Cake, A Court of Blood and Bindings, The Fallout, Older, Hallowed Games, Catching the Coach, Vows and Ruins, and Road of Bones. So yeah, that is my Kindle Unlimited checkouts for this month, or for this like last 3 months. What are some of your favorite books you've read on Kindle? Are any of these books you've read? Have you read any? Should I keep them? Should I drop them? The ones I returned with no desire to read, and the ones I returned with still wanting to read, let me know. Change my mind on them. Let me know if they are worth it. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, leave me a random food emoji. I don't know. I'm hungry, so I think I'm gonna go eat. And I want just a random food. So yeah, leave me some random food emoji. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out. And I'll talk to you all in the next one.